All right, welcome to the Get Busy Living podcast for the wonderful Santa Papa John, and Merry Christmas to all. First off the bat, and especially you, Santa Papa John, and thank you so much for your time coming on. I know you're getting ready, prepping for the deliveries for everyone, so and getting your elves in order and um, organizing everything. That's logistically it must be crazy,
Oh, it's
but
a lot of fun. Let me tell you, it's crunch time.
it's crunch time. It's crunch time, all right. Uh, so thank you so much for your time today, and such a joyous time of the year, and we appreciate that you're coming on
You
to.
know, it is. There's people that get overwhelmed. There's people that go absolutely crazy because they haven't figured out and devised a plan. If you have a plan, it's like anything else you do in your life. You start knocking off the plan one item at a time. You don't want to try and tackle 10 items at the same time because it's going to drive you crazy. Make Christmas fun, share some happiness, share a smile, create some wonderful new memories for your family and you with your friends. And don't get overwhelmed because you didn't find that last minute item that you should have got 2 weeks ago. But we'll never change the way people act. You know how it is. And thank
Yeah,
you for your
absolutely.
time and Merry Christmas to all my friends down under and everybody in the world that is watching. I have had such a blast this year. So many new friends, so many new relationships, and people talking about happiness. I've really noticed, Scott, that it's almost like we're coming out of the bubble. There's people that are getting happy, that are coming out of the shell, because the last 4 or 5 years they've been in such a, however you want to describe what they were in, now they're starting to come alive again. They're starting to get out. They're starting to see people. They're starting to interact. That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed this year.
Absolutely, yeah. The morale is up. Yes, I agree with you, Santa Papa John.
Absolutely. Yes.
Morale is up this year, and all hands are on deck. And as you would know, you got all hands on deck at the moment. So
The
um,
elves are working overtime.
I'm sure they are.
We've gone to a split shift, so they're working 12 hours. So the production line is working 24 hours a day right now to finish off the last of the items because, there is so many good boys and good girls this year on the list that we had to implement the 24-hour rule to keep the production line going to make sure that all these toys were made for all the wonderful boys and girls around the world.
Absolutely. So actually, Dominic has said Merry Christmas to us. So from Northside Hawk, he's come on and he's said Merry
Well,
Christmas.
good
So Merry
morning,
Christmas.
Dominic, and Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah, it must be like I think there's 7 o'clock in the morning over there.
Yeah,
So
and
so thanks, Dominic.
it's finally starting to warm up. I think I seen it was Dominic posted the other day that he was going to have 100-degree temperature or 42 degrees for you guys. So
Yeah, yeah.
yes, summer has arrived for you guys, and geez, yesterday was the longest day of the year. No, the shortest day of the year. I had it backwards there for a moment, but that's okay because Santa's a little, overwhelmed right now. He's allowed to make a little
Yeah.
bit of mistakes as long as it's not critical errors.
No, that's right. You don't want to give the wrong naughty boy or girl the wrong present.
you
That's for
know,
sure.
it, I answer that one really easy, Scott. Everybody wants to know if I'm friends with the Grinch. Yeah, and I say, well, we're not technically friends, but we're acquaintances. And I made a deal with him last year because he was going through a rough time. He was having a hard time finding, some presents to steal. And I said, we'll help you out. I'll give you all the names of all the children on the naughty list so you can just go take their presents and you don't have to work very hard for it. And of course, that gets the kids giggling and laughing, and it makes the Grinch's job much easier because he doesn't have to try very hard to find the right presents when he can just go take the presents from the kids on the naughty list.
that's, that's awesome. That's awesome, mate. That's awesome. Thank you very much. So I got some questions for you. So these come from some young children, and the first question they wanted to ask was, how do your reindeer fly?
How do the reindeer fly? Well, if you've watched all the movies, it all depends on Christmas magic and the spirit of Christmas. So I get to contribute my part, and then there's the Christmas magic. But all the boys and girls have to believe in Christmas to keep the belief that the Christmas magic and the faith of Christmas is there to keep the meter at the higher level. So it's a combination of two or three different things that allow me to fly with the reindeer and the sleigh so that I can make this wonderful journey around the world.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. So, going to the next question. So, how do you fit all the presents in your sleigh?
You haven't seen how big the sleigh is. I'm just kidding. If you watch Big Red, the movie that came out last year, it sort of gave away one of the secrets that we use eyedroppers to drop a drop of liquid on the of Christmas magic to make the presents grow to their full size. So when they're only little thing presents like this big, I can fit a lot in the sleigh. And then when it comes time for the delivery, you get down the chimney, you expand the presents, and bada bing, bada boom, you got full-size presents, and the children are happy and excited when they open up their presents in the morning.
So it's a bit of magic fluid. That's what you're saying, magic.
Absolutely. Christmas magic involves a lot of different things, Dr. Scott.
There you go. I didn't know that. So yeah, so a little eyedropper, you just drop it on the present and boom.
Yep. Pop. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I can't tell you all the secrets because then I'd have to duct tape you and take you to the North Pole.
That wouldn't be so bad. It'd be a bit cold, but it's okay. The elves will keep me warm.
So, well, you would think so. They like cuddling with legs because they can't reach very much further.
I'm sure they
yeah, get your mind out of the gutter. This is for the children. Come on now.
That's all of the short side of the story, huh?
Yeah.
So the third question is, how do you know if kids are being good?
Well, that's so easy because I get reports from the elf on the shelf. I get reports from mom and dads. I just had I had to do a video for a mom the other day for her children, and she said the children were going through that stage where they didn't quite believe that Santa really existed, and I was able to help her with that. But the biggest thing I emphasized was mom and dad help Santa by sending us these wonderful letters on how good their children have been behaving and how well they've been doing in school and whether they're doing their homework, whether they're doing their chores. And of course, the elves on the shelf, they don't watch you all the time, but I get reports back on saying whether you're good or bad. And then the biggest misconception, Dr. Scott, is that I put the kids on the good list or the naughty list. And that's wrong because I just double check that they're on the list. They put themselves on the good list or the bad list by how they behave every day around mom and dad, brothers and sisters, schoolmates, and just people in general. And if they're good and they treat other people with kindness and, with sharing smiles and giggles and laughter, and they help mom and dads at home by doing their chores and making their beds and stuff like that, that puts them on the good list. And then I just do the chore of actually checking to make sure that they're on the list.
There you go. There you go. You heard it from Santa Papa John that it's mum and dad. They're from their reports and other Christmas spirits. They give Santa Papa John the information, and yeah, you just got to be good.
You got to be good. Absolutely.
If you're bad, you get thrown off the list. So, and then the presents don't get blown up.
Well, then the presents go to the Grinch.
Yeah, the Grinch. Yes, sorry,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. The presents just go to the Grinch.
right. All right, that's a great answer. I like that one. So we're going to the fourth question. So, what is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, there are so many amazing songs, and I get this question
Agree.
asked all the time on TikTok. Trans Siberian Orchestra, Winona, Alabama, and it all depends. I don't, some of it's country, some of it's rock, some of it's classic, but of course, who doesn't love "Here Comes Santa Claus"? That's got
Yeah,
to be one of the top ones, and then you can go to Hallelujah, and the list can go on and on and on. But there's so many artists out there that put out so many amazing renditions of songs. It's really hard to choose your actual favorite one, but there can be a bunch of favorite ones that I say is more than acceptable.
absolutely. And yeah, there's so many, like you said. So that's a great answer. Thank you, Santa Papa John. Because I didn't know what that question, what answer would be for that one. That's because there is so many good, great songs. And
Absolutely.
I'll
You
move
know,
on to the last. What's that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many, and then there's the traditional songs, and then there's the heart tugging songs, and then there's just the good old fashioned put a smile on your face renditions of many songs.
Absolutely. So I'll move on to the last question. So, what do you do when Christmas is over? This is a great
Well,
question.
that's a great question because I get that asked all the time, and you know me, I'm networking with people year round. I'm talking about people. I'm looking for new suppliers all the time. I take a couple weeks off. I send the elves off on a couple weeks vacation, and then bada bing, bada boom, we're making toys again because all these toys are not made overnight. So we got to start middle of January, planning sessions, starting to build what's popular, what's going to be popular, and then we start making those toys so that we don't have a time crunch to do all the last minute details. We plan out that we make so many of toys that we think is going to be the popular ones, and then as time starts developing, the year starts developing, we can see which ones are taking off more, and we need to build so many more of certain toys so that we are planned and we are ready for the big day.
Absolutely, because yeah, it's got to work like clockwork, or else the
It
boys and girls
does.
don't get
It does.
toys. They give their
Yep.
presents,
Well, if you
and then
think I make close to 2 billion toys, B with a billion toys, and those are not just made in a week's time or a couple weeks time. It takes a whole year of planning, organizing, and making sure everybody works as a team, and the emphasis on team because the elves are incredible at teamwork. They help each other. When one goes down, another one steps in to take places because nobody's perfect. People fall, people have accidents, people, I'm not saying that they get hurt, but maybe they fall and they can't quite work for a couple hours or stuff because they're elves, they're humans, they're amazing little people that create an amazing work atmosphere.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And do they sing songs while they're working as well? That's
Oh,
because
there's music going all the time, and there's certain elves that's their jobs is to sing carols and make sure the music's playing, make sure that there's no dead air because that's part of the atmosphere to keep. It's like we've got elves that walk around strictly with candy canes to make sure that the elves don't go into sugar deficiency, to make sure that they're with candy canes because that lifts their spirits and keeps them going to be able to work the hours that they're working and create the smiles and the fun. And just the wonderful atmosphere that they share together.
That's awesome, mate. That's yeah. Well, you have to, yeah, you have to because, like you said, otherwise you'd have the elves dropping on the conveyor belt. So don't
Absolutely,
want
and
that.
that's no fun when the elves get caught up in the wrapping machine because then you all of a sudden you got to figure out which present you got to open up because you can hear them going, "Let me out, let me out, let me out," because they wrap so many presents in a minute, and it doesn't take long for it to go, and then the bows are on, and yeah. And it's not fun, but every now and then they got to go through and test it out and challenge the other elves to make sure that they can find them.
And then if they get the magic water, then they get shrunk as well.
Absolutely, and then it's really no fun.
That's awesome.
It's all about creating the magic, and it's all about keeping the story going for the children.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is, and like we were saying before, the morale is high, so the kids are happy. If mum and dad's happy, kids are going to be happy as well, and back to those family roots. And we appreciate your time, Santa Papa John, for coming on and setting the record straight and telling us about the Grinch, how the presents are done. There were so many great answers, so thank you for setting that all straight for us and getting the word out there for everyone that Saint Nick he's doing his job. He's doing his best for the world to make
Absolutely. Merry Christmas to all my friends down under. I hope you all have a fabulous next couple days because you're down to the crunch time here. You're a day ahead. You're already on the 23rd. Yeah. So realistically, you've only got like 24 hours of shopping time left. And I hope you're not scrambling at the last minute trying to find that one and only amazing gift that you couldn't find for the last 2 weeks. And I hope that everybody has a blessed day. Enjoy the family time. And remember, life can be amazing when you share some family time and enjoy some big hugs and create those special moments, not only for the children, but for the adults as well.
Thank you so much. As I said before, Santa Papa John, much appreciated for your time. And I just wanted to say a very Merry Christmas to everyone. And I will see you before the new year. I've got one more show to do. But yeah, Merry Christmas to all and Happy New Year to all.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thanks, Santa Papa John.
You bet.